Yo, so today we're going to install the manual pedals, clutch pedal, brake pedal, clutch master cylinder. Let's go. Alright, let's jump straight into it. So the first thing I'm going to do is remove the brake pedal. If I remove this, it's so big that it'll give me a lot more access to install the clutch pedal. I'll leave that off and then I'll put the brake pedal in last. Alright, so as you can see, this is not going to be an easy video to film because it's in such an awkward position. There's not very much space, but I'll do my best. Basically just push it forward like this and it unclips from that pin. Next thing is to remove the pin. There's a little clip that we need to take out first and then we can remove the pin. Just going to pull this out with some pliers. There we go. Then we can pull the pin out. So the only thing that's holding it in now is the bolt at the top. As you can see at the top here, there's a bolt right here and there's a nut on the other side that I've got to undo. Okay, it's a 14mm. Alright, you can see where it is there. It's really hard to film. Right, let's get the nut off. Oh, there we go. And then we can pull the bolt from the other side. There we go, there's a washer as well that just fell down. So that's the brake pedal out and there are all the components there to remove. So if you don't want to buy the new brake pedal, you can actually use this one and just cut it down to size and then put the pad on it, because I think it sits in the same place. But in my opinion, it's just less hassle and easier to buy the smaller one. Right, so if we take a look at the clutch pedal, we'll see two major things. These three holes here and this hole here at the top. So as you probably guessed, this is where the clutch master cylinder goes. And it pretty much just goes like this. This is just the reinforcement plate that I told you about in the first video. So this goes over the top and onto the bolts. And then this just all goes through here. And that's it, that's how we're going to set it up. Then we've got the linkage part here, and that'll go into the hole that, well, doesn't line up right now, but it will later. Then this pin just keeps that in place. So this reinforcement plate here goes on the inside of the car. Well, this will go in the engine bay, this part. Just makes it a lot more rigid. Then the top section here, this is what secures it to the inside of the car. I'll show you where all of this is inside the footwell now. Right, so if we look inside the car, we'll see this. All these scratches are from me test fitting the clutch pedal. You see that cut out right there? We're going to take that out, and then on the other side of it will be where we mount the clutch master cylinder. So it's like pre-cut. You can just poke it, break those side parts, and then we should be able to pull it out like this. There we go. So that's our hole for the clutch master cylinder. Then if we have a look in the engine bay, you'll see that on the other side we've got the exact same panel. So that goes right through to where we just were. So obviously to drill the holes there, we're going to have to take this pipe off. Pretty simple, just take this cover off the 4 bolts and then undo this clip and undo the clip that's under there and disconnect it from the throttle body. And then we've got way more space. Cover's off now, so I'm just going to undo this. That's a 10mm bolt there. That's a 10mm bolt, and then we'll just pull the pipe off from either side. Pull it off. That's center section out. Right, as you can see now, we have a lot more access so we can drill. Although these might still be in the way. I might have to take this off. Yeah, I'm going to take this off actually. I'm going to take this hose completely off. Come on. There we go. Then I'm going to remove the throttle cable as well. So we push this forward. Underneath, we can take the little clip out. Remember this being annoying last time I did it in the engine maintenance video. Come on. Here it is. I think they're 12mm nuts there. So we just undo one side and then we can take it out. So I think I'm just going to undo this side. Just like this, and then we can pull it out. That's out the way now. Alright, everything's super cleared out the way now. So we've got loads of access to drill those holes. I'm just going to clean up this section of the metal here a bit. So I'm going to use the bracket as my sort of marking point. So we know exactly where it's gonna go. So it doesn't fit in super perfectly, but I wouldn't expect it to, because it's not supposed to go on this side anyway. But it's a good template though, so we can start drilling. So I'm just gonna use this to mark it out. It's gonna be a bit of a pain. So it's an awkward position. If I hold that there, I can put a dot in that one, a dot in that one, and then I can circle this one like that. Right, hopefully that should be relatively accurate for the holes that we want to drill. Looks pretty good. And then I need to put a center sort of starting point in here. Yeah, that looks good. So I'm just going to start drilling some pilot holes with a 2mm drill bit. The drill bit's so small that it doesn't reach. Right, I've just extended the drill bit out a bit. Hopefully it'll reach now. The pilot hole might not be completely straight, but at least it'll be enough to get a dent in. Dent in there. Then this one should be the easiest. We'll have to turn this one upside down to get it in. No, it doesn't reach that way. Oh, that bottom hole is so annoying. That is not a straight hole, but it'll have to do. Alright, this is a step drill bit. It goes all the way to 32mm, just better than a hole saw, so let's see if this gets us where we want it to be. Right. Yeah, it's definitely not straight. There we go. Alright, let's drill these two holes here. These are the ones that need to be accurate. The exhaust manifold's in the way of the battery. Maybe we can drill that from the other side, now that we've got a hole. Let me try that. There we go. I forgot to show you the other hole where it's going to be mounted. This is the hole that mounts the clutch pedal inside the car. I showed you the bolt earlier. I don't have a file, so I'm going to have to use some Scotch-Brite. Not ideal. I'm just going to use some primer just to go around the edges so nothing rusts. I'm going to fit the clutch pedal now, but I'm just going to fit it at the top. So in here, and then attach it to the inside of the car. Then my nephew, Mason, he's gonna hold the clutch master cylinder on the other side in place while I put the bracket on the inside, and then the clutch pedal. Actually, no, I'll have to put the bracket on first, and then that, and then do this bolt. Otherwise, I won't be able to get the bracket behind here. So the bracket sits on this side. And if I put that one in first, I won't be able to get the bracket. Right, all right, scratch that plan. So we're gonna do that first, and then we'll put this bolt in last. Okay, this will be fun. All right, first thing to go on, Mason's holding it from the other side. So I'm gonna put this on. This only goes on one way, by the way. It's not even, because the clutch master cylinder isn't even. I'm gonna put this over the top, like that. Oh, I can't get it on the top one because I can't see. There we go. Right, so that plate's on now. I don't know if you can see very well. I'm doing my best to film. Right, now the pedal has to go in. Right, hold that tight, mate, okay? Okay, pedal's going in. There's literally no room. I'm gonna have to move the camera over here so I can see what I'm doing. I don't think I'm gonna be able to get a shot of this. I've got to tighten this nut first because it's loose. So let me do that. Trying to get that top nut on is an absolute nightmare. That is on. Oh, thank God for that. Alright, you can let go now, mate. You can let go. I've just realised that this dash obviously comes out and makes it a billion times easier. Look, you can even see through there. So I should have took that out. Well, I'll do it now because I've got to tighten the nuts on it and it's going to be impossible otherwise. And I think there's only 3 screws in this. This one at the bottom there on the right, and then one at the bottom on the left. Right, the rest of it's just clips, so you can just pull it off. Oh, there are some wires as well, which I didn't expect. Right, as for that linkage thing there's two little tabs on the top of it, if you can see. It doesn't matter apparently which way those tabs go, whether they go on the top or the bottom. This is what I'm talking about, this tab here. It doesn't matter if it goes on the top or on the bottom, so you can swivel this whichever way you want. And then obviously we're going to put the pin in, that'll go in the hole. But I'm struggling, really struggling to get the nut in. I mean, that one's fine because it's visible, but the one behind up here, I don't know how I'm going to tighten that. It is literally in the worst spot ever. And then the top one I've put in as well, and that one's okay as well. I haven't tightened it completely yet. I'm trying to get that awkward one in first. I'm not sure how I'm going to do it. I don't even know if you can see it on the camera. It's so far back and so far up. Okay, it's all in. All of them are tight, and how I managed to do it was with a swivel connection. It still wasn't easy. It was really annoying, and it took me ages. That's why I didn't film it, and you wouldn't have been able to see what I was doing anyway. But I've tightened all 3 bolts. The 2 for the clutch master cylinder, that one, and then the one opposite on the other side of the middle section. Also the one at the top there, the gold one. That's it then. Clutch pin time here. And like I said, it doesn't matter which way those tabs go at the top, so I'm just going to keep it where it is. So here's the pin we're putting in. Gonna just pull that. So this is just to attach the linkage section of the clutch master cylinder to the clutch pedal. Okay, so let's try and move this in position. I'm gonna put the pin in this side. It's easier to get the clip on. Push the pedal in a bit so I can feel the pin go in. There we go. That's all the way in. And now just gonna put the pin in. Oh, yeah, I'll put it in the other way because it doesn't fit in that way. Just like that. Cool. A working clutch pedal. Nice. Right, now it's time to fit the brake pedal, and it's the exact reverse of what we've just done. So I'm going to bolt it in here and attach the linkage. Then I'm going to put the pin in and then the spring, and that's it. We're done. This is everything I need to install the brake pedal. Pedal itself, the pin, the clip, the nut, washer, bolt, and 2 14mm ratchet and a spanner, because these two are 14mm. Also, I'm going to put some lithium grease on the pin, which I didn't do on the clutch pedal, so I'm going to take that one out and redo it. Right, so there we go. Everything installed. Got a working clutch pedal. Oh, got a working clutch pedal. Got a working brake. And accelerator obviously stayed the same. That's super loose though. Is that supposed to be that way? What I want to do with the accelerator though is there's that cushion thing, like when you press down. Oh, I know why it's so loose, because I've disconnected the throttle cable. Duh. But anyways, when you press it down on an automatic, there's a little spring here, and it makes it really spongy for the first like centimetre of pushdown, so the response is really bad. So I'm going to do some sort of modification to that and make it a lot more responsive. I want it instant. Now there's only one thing left to do. These are looking old and tired, so I've got some new pedal covers. I've no idea how to get the old ones off. They seem pretty solid on there, but I know they do pull off. And yeah, and then I'm going to vacuum around here and make it look a bit better. I'm pretty sure you can just pull these off. There we go. It's quite hard though. And try and put the new ones on. They are exactly the same, so it doesn't matter which one you put on where. Oh, they're really hard to get on. Probably should have done this first out of the car. It would have been way easier. I'm going to try using this little pry bar on the back. Alright, I've decided lots of grease, because they are just not going on at all. It's really, really annoying me. I'm just going to put a load of grease in here and hope that this will work. Literally went straight on. Well, as straight on as it could have gone. Whereas I struggled for 20 minutes before without thinking of grease. Let's do the same for this one. Oh, it's probably too much. Come on. That one's on. Hey, nice. Now we need to wipe all the grease off the front. And we are finished. Cool. That was a lot, well, obviously that doesn't work yet. That was a lot trickier than I thought. The clutch pedal was just, I have no words. The clutch master cylinder is nice and solid, all good, in a good placement, no issues there. I've reconnected the throttle cable. Now I'm going to put the middle section of the intake back in. Right, center section is back in, and I've just noticed that this pipe has a crack in it, and it's yeah, not good. That might be leaking at some point. Even now, I don't know. It's getting quite close to the edge there. Just going to have to replace that pipe. Anyway, everything's in. Just going to put the cover on, and then that's it. It's the end. Look at that clutch master cylinder, like it was always meant to be. This engine bay needs a serious clean though. Well, I timed that well because it just started raining. Pedals are in, all good. That's the end of the video. Thanks for watching. Putting that clutch pedal in was the worst thing that possibly the worst thing I've ever done on a car. It was that uncomfortable being in the footwell and trying to get my hands all. Yeah, anyway, I'm hoping that was one of the worst parts, but I've still got to get the gearbox out, and getting the other one in is probably going to be worse. Anyway, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe. Go follow me on Instagram. The next video is going to be taking the auto box out. Thanks for watching. Bye.